Hi friends. I wanted to talk about the 10 worlds real quick because I teased about it in a previous video. And it is something that I was tremendously skeptical about, but then it won me over with the content. I get it. It rings true so much in my life and was very helpful. The 10 worlds are not worlds. They're life conditions. They're what condition your life can be in. And we can go through all 10 worlds in a morning or an hour. It's true. We flit in and out of these life conditions, sometimes really quick, sometimes much slower. That doesn't matter. And I'll get to that towards the end. Hell, hunger, animality, anger, humanity. Bliss, learning, realization, bodhisattva, Buddha. Those are the 10 worlds. So I'm going to start at the bottom and kind of work my way up. The world of hell is pure suffering. I know you're all familiar with that life condition. The world of hunger is the next up, and it can mean anybody at any time, but the extreme example would be an addict, just feeding needs, feeding a need, and not really planning for the future or going beyond that. Animality. If you think of somebody who is weak and servile around angry, loud, seemingly strong people, but angry and loud around seemingly weak people, that is the world of anger. I'm going to get you before you get me, and I'm going to, try and please and not get got. I don't know, something like that. That's the world of animality. Anger would be the first time that others are really considered. It's the first truly humane realm, and it is characterized by arrogance. How dare he treat me like this? How dare she say that to me? How dare they do this? How dare they wear that color? Whatever it is. The world of anger is primarily a world of arrogance, and it's marked by quick to anger. You're quick to anger in that realm. Not 100% of every angry thing in the world is the world of anger, but arrogance, definitely. That's the address. The world of humanity, I think of as the grocery store. I sure as heck mind my business in the grocery store, and you sure as heck, are minding your business in the grocery store. I don't take things out of your cart, and I don't give nutritional advice. It's pretty much, I just pass by. Excuse me, smile, whatever. And that's the world of humanity. And bliss. This one's easy. A new car, a new relationship, a new baby, something wonderful has happened. But it stopped happening. A new car now it's breaking down. It's not new anymore. And now I'm not happy anymore. The new baby is keeping me up all night. The new relationship, not that exciting anymore. You can see how fragile it is. It's a world of bliss, but it is really, quite susceptible to any other stimulus entering a person's life. Now, that's the lower six: hell, hunger, animality, anger, humanity, and bliss. I want to talk about the 4 noble paths that are on top of those lower 6 worlds. Learning. We call that the seeking spirit, just reaching out and having curiosity and finding out about things that you didn't know before. An interest in Buddhism, for example. That would be definitely a seeking spirit. I tried a lot of things before I got to this. We hear that in every Buddhist meeting, I swear. Learning, realization. Realization is also like wisdom. It comes to you. When you practice this Buddhism, wisdom will come, and you will have an insight that you didn't have before. You will have a sense of how to proceed. So, realization. A Above that is the ninth world, Bodhisattva. And a Bodhisattva is simply a person who has a vow in their heart to help others be happy. It is something that you decide on your own. Nobody forces you to do that. And when you do that, and you remind yourself each day that that is your vow, you have a tendency to be pretty happy. It boosts your joy in your life. The last world is the world of the Buddha, and it is when the world of Buddhahood is established. Let me say this. All of us have like a home address. One of those other worlds is where we snap to when there aren't any stimuli, coming in. You might just live in that world of anger, or you might live in that world of humanity, or you might live in the world of bliss. I've certainly met people that were so freaking cheerful, it was astonishing. But if they weren't committed to other people's happiness, then they wouldn't be advancing up the ladder, learning realization, Bodhisattva, Buddha. So wherever it is that you live is your karmic tendency. And I was chagrined to learn in a Buddhist meeting that my karmic tendency, when nothing else is going on, is probably the world of hell, because I had chronic migraines my whole life. And even when they weren't actively surging through my system and, destroying my day that day, they might. And that was one of the things, is that I always felt rather like a victim, because that world of hell had my number and it was always chasing me. It was like a monster and I was the prey. And so there's a place on that scale where you rest when nothing is actively shoving you around and causing you anger or, one of these other worlds. World of animality. Nobody's putting, you on the spot with a violent challenge. And world of hunger, nobody is maybe causing you to starve, but maybe they are. I don't know. Somewhere on that scale is where you rest. That's your karmic tendency. When we chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo every day, we begin to stretch and move up the ladder. Not necessarily one step at a time, but we begin to go to the top of the ladder and really establish more of a familiarity there, more of a spot there for our psyche, and more of a tendency to pop up to the world, at least of Bodhisattva, or at least the world of learning, and learn from the things that are happening to us, and summon that compassion in the world of Bodhisattva. So it doesn't matter where it is you rest on that scale. I've already admitted my home address was probably the world of hell. And instead of feeling shame about it, I have established a much higher life condition. I do not feel hellish even when I'm in a lot of pain. I probably go to anger when I'm in a lot of pain. Just, how could this be happening again? But it's higher up. And I am not ashamed of making progress, and I'm not ashamed of having those 10 worlds in my life. It means I'm human, and it means you're human too. So that is the first lesson about the 10 worlds, is what they are. More on this in a little bit. Thanks, friends.